Hi friends, welcome you all. In the part first of the credit appraisal techniques applied in NBFCs, we have discussed all the basics about credit appraisal techniques. In this second part, we are going to discuss the bankability of the borrowers judged by the financial institution or lender, and 5 C's that will be considered by the financial institution or NBFCs or bank to judge the credit capacity of the borrowers or the overall profile of the borrowers. So what are these 5 C's we are going to discuss? So whatever till whatever we have discussed till in the part first, just take the review of that, and later on we are going to discuss the bankability of the borrowers and 5 C's which are considered by the financial institutions or lender. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about what is credit appraisal. So credit appraisal is a process of appraising the credit worthiness of an applicant for a loan. To judge the credibility of the borrower, his source of income, age, experience, number of dependents, repayment capacity, past and existing loan, nature of employment, and other assets are taken into consideration. So every bank or lending institution has its own internal norms and procedure for underwriting the loan and scrutinizing the applicant's detail and credential. So in a nutshell, uh, credit appraisal means the process of appraising or judging or assessing the credit worthiness of the applicant for a loan through different parameters and through different aspects. So this is the credit appraisal. In the previous lecture, we have also discussed about the how does a lender assess the credit worthiness of an individual borrower. So some things we have discussed in that. Then again we have discussed what is credit score, uh, and how to compute it. What are the factors which are considered while calculating credit score? We have discussed in the part first. Then factor, which are the factors evaluated during a credit appraisal process? We have listed it and discussed it step by steps in the part first. Then how does a lender evaluate the eligibility of a borrower through credit appraisal? We have seen in that thing, in under this head we have discussed different ratios, that is fixed obligation to income ratio, that is FOIR, then installment to income ratio, IIR, then loan to cost ratio, etc. So this is we have covered in the last lecture in the credit appraisal technique part first. Now in this today's lecture, we are going to discuss or study the bankability of borrower, submission of documents for providing your bankability. So what are the documents required to prove uh, bankability of the borrower? So what is bankability? Bankability is a very important aspect that is a part of credit appraisal. So bankability refers to what will be accepted by a particular bank. A lender will assess if a loan given to a particular person will result in future cash flow and profitability. So this is bankability in a nutshell, or in a simple words we can say that it is a one aspect or the part one aspect of the or the part of credit appraisal that that refers by the lender to judge or assess the overall profile of the borrower or a particular person. So when you apply for a personal loan or any other loan from a bank or an NBFC, you will be required to mandatorily or compulsorily furnish certain government approved documents, reports and other documents in order to prove your income, age and other aspects. So these norms will vary from lender to lender. So it is depend on the financial institution which documents to assess or which not. So this is depend on the lender or financial institution. While applying for your loan, your lender will specify the norms and you will be required to follow them so that they can decide if the loan can be approved or not. So let us look at some of the common norms that are set by lender for the credit appraisal process. So first thing is income of proof of income. So in order to prove your monthly income, you will be required to submit certain documents and they include most recent bank statement for 3 to 6 months, most recent salary slip, most recent income tax return for self-employed individual and audited financial for the previous 2 years. These are the documents required to prove income condition or proof of income. Now look at the what are the proofs of address have to furnish. To prove your residential address, you will have to furnish any one of the following document: leave and license agreement, latest electricity bills or other utility bills, Aadhaar card, then driving license and passport. Then what are the proof of what are the documents to prove proof of identity? To prove your identity and date of birth, you will be required to submit any one of the following documents: Aadhaar, PAN card, voter ID, driving license, passport size photographs, etc. What are the proof of employment? To prove your employment information, you will be required to give certain documents regarding your employer or your own company. If you are self-employed, letter from your employer, offer letter or appointment letter provided by your employer, office address proof, employment certificate from your present employer, certificate of experience or relieving letter from your previous employer to show your overall work experience. So these are the proof of employment. Now proof of creditworthiness. Creditworthiness is an important thing which is the final thing which is considered by the financial institution to approve your loan or sanction your loan. To prove your creditworthiness, you can show your credit score to your new lender. This can be done by submitting your CIBIL report. When you are furnishing your CIBIL report, you should be sure about details of your credit score. You should also ensure that your credit score is 750 and above. With the help of your CIBIL report, your lender will check if you have been prompt while making your repayment and while clearing your credit card bills. So CIBIL score or CIBIL report is nothing but the past history of your dealing or transactions, or what can we say that it is the just history of your last repayment of loans. So how promptly you have repaid your loans, have you defaulted any loans previously or not, or what is your previous history of repaying the loan. So it is called CIBIL. So if you furnish this information in the CIBIL report, then your CIBIL score generated and your credit score should be 750 and above. So your lender will also be able to see if you have defaulted any loan during your entire credit history and if you have made any inquiries. So hence you need to be very particular about how your credit report looks to get the loans or the to get sanction your loans. Proof of investment. If you have made an investment, you will be required to provide proofs. This can be done by giving documents of your investment such as fixed deposit, shares, mutual funds, fixed asset, golds, etc. When the lender takes a look at your income proof, age proof and employment proof, the lender gets an idea about your overall profile and the bank can determine if you will be able to repay your loan promptly without any financial struggle. So through the proof of investment, lender or financial institution gets you about the overall idea about your asset and your capacity to repay the loan. So the overall things checked or assessed by the financial institution or lender to determine if you will be able to repay your loan promptly without any financial struggle or not. So this is the proof of investment. Now let us discuss the credit appraisal process, the 5 keys. Credit appraisal depends on several core factors which deserve to be carefully enumerated. Here is taking a brief look at the same. Wondering that makes up credit appraisal process. This process depend on the 5 major C's of credit. So these are capital, first C, second C, character, third C, conditions, fourth C, capacity, and last C is collateral. So these are the criteria that gives lenders the right perspective on how to evaluate borrowers who have just applied for obtaining loans. So the key question for lenders here is whether it is prudent to invest in a particular borrower or not. So through these 5 C's, borrower or lender will get that it is worth to invest in new borrower or not. Means to sanction the loan to new borrower or not, financial institution get from these 5 C's. So these credit principles are tapped by bank and financial institution when it comes to home loan, car loan, education loan, and also MSME and other loan types. MSME means micro, small and medium enterprises loans. So let us discuss first C, that is character. So credit history report is the indicator used by lender to judge the character of the mortgage. The bank also use the qualitative factors such as the degree of honesty by cross-checking the fact presented by the borrower. For example, if an applicant has stopped his job twice in a year, the reason for switching the job will be verified from his previous and present employer to conclude if he has not concealed any or not furnished any information. So character means the overall the credit history report of the borrower. Next is capacity. How is this important? So another C of credit appraisal stand for capacity. So this is extremely important since these equates to your cash flow. So this indicates how strong you are financially when it comes to paying you back your loan. So it is just the capacity of the borrowers, he will repay loan or not. So if his character is good, but now his capacity is not to repay the loan back, it cannot repay back the financial institution's loan, then it is not worth to financial institution to sanction the loan to borrower. If a lender observes that you will not have enough income to repay the loan, you will not be sanctioned the same. On the other hand, if cash flow are good and you have always been a trustworthy borrower, then your loan will be sanctioned faster. So the debt to income ratio is what is measured in above we have discussed in the part first, debt to income ratio. So here along with the income proof, the bank statement is also checked. The lower this ratio, that is income to debt ratio, the higher your eligibility for the loan in terms of the amount. Bank and cash flow statement indicates the available capital at your hand, and lender will also ascertain your employment history. So debt to income ratio means if your income is 1 lakh rupees and your debt is only 5,000 rupees, then the ratio will lower, and it indicates that your income is more than your debt and you have the capacity to repay the loan. So this is the capacity, second C. Next C is capital. So credit appraisal's third C is capital. This helps lender in analyzing the money that you have already invested in your own business. If you are a self-employed borrower, for instance, or for example, this may include the money pumped in for establishing the business, how long you have been doing business, do you have ample asset as collateral for other debt, and so on. So lender wants to see borrowers who invest money into their own business for future growth. The capital and assets that you have will naturally be ascertained along with investment in the right channels. So this is the capital, overall assessment of the capital judged by the lender or financial institutions before sanctioning your new loans. Now next C is condition, a vital factor for lenders. For business loan applicant, this factor means the bigger aspects that surround the growth and future of the business. So social, economic, political and industry aspects are considered in this condition C. So most importantly, for every loan applicant, the bank will look to see what you will be using the money for. Means if you are using your money for the consumption purposes, then it is become very difficult to repay your loan, because you are using money borrowed from financial institution for non-productive purposes. So bank will look at it will used for productive purposes or not. So lender will look to judge how you will use the sanctioned loan amount. So this is a vital aspect of credit appraisal process. They will often look at your relationship with clients and suppliers. So in case of business loans, industry factors, how the money may be deployed and so on. So a vital factor for lender is condition, or it will check the use of the sanctioned amount. Is it for the productive purposes or for non-productive purposes? If it is for productive purposes, then the possibility of repayment of loan increases. And last C is collateral. When does this factor come into play? The fifth and final C of any credit appraisal process pertains to collateral, the quantum of assets or securities that you can place against your loan. So here which are the securities or assets you can keep as a security with the banks. So this could be anything from shares, real estate, life insurance policies, equipment, inventory, accounts receivable or more. While some loan like home loan and car loan have the home or car as the collateral respectively. Other loan may necessitate collateral as the backup option for lenders. So lender wish to see that they will at least recover some of the money if you are unable to repay your loan via this collateral. For businesses, collateral stand for real estate, equipments, accounts receivable, and inventory among the other aspects. Now that you have a fair understanding of the credit appraisal process, so you should make sure that fit every possible requirement before applying. So it will only save your time and hurt one in the long run. So collateral is very important. Collateral means to uh, give the security for loan. So if which security you are providing for your loan, it is important. So it can be a share, real estate, life insurance policies, or anything. It is depend on the loan. Suppose it is a home loan or car loan, then the home loan, home and car become as the collateral. So these were the five C's that is judged by the financial institution or NBFCs to approve or sanction new loans. Now let us discuss credit appraisal for project financing or for organization. If a lender is approached by a company for project financing or a loan, then the lender will need to consider financial, technical, commercial, market, and managerial aspect of the organization. Under credit appraisal, to evaluate financial aspects, the bank will have to check the organization's costs, expenses, and estimated revenue in order to understand if the company will be able to repay the loan without any trouble. To assess technical aspects of the company, the bank will have to evaluate the nature of the business and the industry or sector of the borrower. The lender will have to observe the company's raw material, capital, labor, transportations, and selling plans, etc. before sanctioning the project loans or project finance. To evaluate the market of the borrowers, the bank will have to evaluate its demand and supply. If the demand supply gap is high, then it is great news for the lender. This is because it indicates that the company will enjoy good sales and hence can repay the loan efficiently. So the bank also need to assess the managerial aspect of an organization before giving a loan to them. The bank should understand the goals, plans, and commitment of the company to the particular project. The organization's management style and ways of handling subordinates should be observed by the lenders. So overall, before financing the project, banks or financial institution or NBFC check that the what is the demand supply situations and the sales conditions and then managerial aspects, and also it sees or assess the goals of the company, plans of the company, commitment of the particular project, then organization management style, and ways of handling subordinates. So all these things observed by the lender or NBFC to judge the overall on the condition of the borrower. So bank will assess both financial and non-financial aspects in order to determine the borrower's creditworthiness while conducting the credit appraisal process. So overall, with the financial condition, non-financial aspects are also important for the project financing, because technical know-how, the demand supply, then sales conditions, managerial and organizational style, plans, goals, commitments of the company to a particular projects, all these are important in the non-financial aspects. So in order to determine the borrower's creditness, the intensity of the credit appraisal will depend on the loan quantum and the purposes of the loan. So according to these aspects, the appraisal process can be simple or complex for both individual and entities. So this is the process which are used to credit appraisal system for the project financing for organization. So friends, this much in this today's lecture. I hope you understood something. If you have any problem questions, then you can ask through any type of mode. Write your name in the comment box. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lecture.